Oh, no. Team of trust. Time for a little game of trust, Saf. Are you friend or foe? Meet me at our spot. Tell no one and bring no one. I assure you that you'll be safe from any harm. I hope you can assure the same. Your friend. Our spot? I'm assuming it's... What on earth is our spot? Yeah, it's probably the swamp house. It's just like, here's the thing is, what is Saffron gonna do? This is very, very difficult. Because, I know. Like, the news story have already been turned down, so what would another interview get you if that's what this is? Exactly. And she's, like, supposed to set them up. But at least she could tell him that. Saffron's gonna go. We're gonna go. Oh, correct. Who knows what he actually wants right now? We're gonna bank some of this money. Some of it. I can figure I can do a flyby, a drive-by. Yeah, no, if he wanted to hurt me, I mean, I'm easy enough to kidnap is a thing. I just wish he'd give me his telegram so I can respond to him. Nah, I'm not gonna bank my guns. I want to have guns to defend myself. Well, Saf's gonna keep whatever word she gave to him, but she's also gonna explain to him what she can and can't do. But she genuinely... So Saffron, something you gotta understand about Saffron is she's someone who truly believes in redemption. She's someone who truly believes that he's on a path of destruction and that getting consequences for what he's doing is the only way that he's likely ever to stop what he's doing. So naturally she wants him caught, you know? But naturally she doesn't want to see him get hurt. It's sort of... There's a big balance of things going on. Those turkeys looked very freaky. Yep, only a matter of time before he sets the wrong person or peoples. Correct. He can't give you his telegram because it would be incriminating. Well, obviously, that's why he doesn't want to. Makes it very hard to communicate with him, though. She gives people the benefit of the doubt, sometimes to her own detriment. Yes. But that's the only way to gain trust, too, is to give trust. that him on the porch? Yes. Kid?
Miss Mitchell.
As you can see, there's no one here. And there's no one on their way. But I learned some things. So I can't promise you that we can meet like this again.
Really?
Aye.
Well, that breaks my heart.
Well, unfortunately, it's the condition of keeping my job that I work very hard to get. I hope you understand.
Your job is to not to tell the news.
No, my job is to tell the news, but when it comes to meeting with people like yourself who are on the run, I'm obligated to let law know that I'm meeting with you, which I did not do today, so I've already broken a rule.
I've broken a lot of rules and I'm still ticking. Would you like to come inside? Have a seat.
No, I would like to not come inside.
Well, that breaks my heart.
Well, I didn't much like being robbed and having to pay 150% of my earnings of the newspaper so far just to get my gun back.
How much did you pay for that gun?
To get it back, $350.
You're kidding me, right?
No, I'm not. I don't lie. I don't have a reason to lie.
Then you paid... Never mind, they called me the thief. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you don't want to come inside. We had such a lovely conversation last time.
You kidnapped me last time.
That's because you didn't know me, I didn't know you. But now we know each other, Saff.
I typically only know people when I've seen their face.
You're obsessed with seeing my face.
Aye,
Why?
why not?
Well, I got a good reason why not. You don't
Of
have
course.
a very good reason as to why.
Well, I mean, I think it's a normal human thing to see other people's faces, but
If I showed you my face, you would run straight to Rose, probably. And you'd give a really, really, probably over-accurate description because you're so good at, looking at things. And I'd be in jail tomorrow.
I've already told you that I'm very keen on you not doing the sort of things that you're doing.
And
And
what have I done?
you're going around robbing people, right? You stole from me, too.
I borrowed from you. I gave that stuff back.
You didn't give it back, no. If you had given it back to me, you would have handed it to me before you left.
Maybe. But you got it back, no?
I paid a lot of money to have it back.
Well, you're gonna have to talk to whoever you paid money to because I didn't get given a cent.
Is that so?
Yeah. I'll tell you this, though. You say you're in the news business, right?
Aye.
Report to Anon. Braithwaite Grand Prix. Call for actors for The Wizard of Oz. Joke of the week. This is news. Yes?
That is part of the news. There's, the newspaper has multiple different things that it runs.
So
If you keep on looking...
do you aspire to be like... Saffron, is your, ambition to, write the next joke of the week? Maybe the joke of the month? Or maybe, if you're really good at your job, you might be able to get the joke of the year.
I like to write stories about things that people like to learn about. Things that are going on, current events. Keep people informed, keep people safe.
Really? Because you completely have blacklisted me.
I did not.
Why?
I did not. That was not my decision. That was the decision of our editor to pull all mentions of your
Were they
name
not
from the
your
paper.
articles?
Aye, they were, and I have no control about whether or not they get put in the paper or not. They have to be approved by my higher-ups. Unfortunately, I have no control over that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm keeping distance.
I got a gun.
Aye, and so
If
do
I
I.
wanted to hurt you, I don't have to get close. I just go, pop. Very well. I just wanted to know why.
Because they don't want to pander to criminals. They don't want to give them what they want. And it's clear that you want fame and notoriety. So they've set out to take that away from you. And the paper.
Well, if they don't want to write about me, then I'm gonna have to find other ways. Which is unfortunate.
Please don't tell me that means you're going to hurt people.
Do I look like a crazy? Don't answer that.
I know that small crimes often eventually lead into bigger crimes. Because I've seen it over and over again. I've experienced it myself.
I wanted to be your friend.
I want to be your friend too. I'm just telling you that I made a promise to you before that I wouldn't be setting you up. Now I'm informing you, because I am that honest person who keeps her word, that I won't be able to make such a promise. I cannot keep that promise. Even meeting you right now, like I am, I could lose my job.
So investigating and uncovering full truths can get you fired.
No, I could... It is meeting with someone who is known,
Meeting with
wanted,
someone.
known and wanted, who is wanted for crimes and not reporting
Who
it.
hasn't committed a crime?
You
We
haven't...
all committed crimes. I just own up to it.
If you
Everyone is such a hypocrite.
If you owned up to it, you've gone to the deputies and told them that it was you that did it, and then served your debt to society for it.
My debt to society. Do you hear yourself?
I do.
What are you, levitating above me on a cloud?
No.
My
I've
debt
been
to society?
to prison myself. Not in this
What
state.
world are you living in?
This one, same one as you.
Where society gives a fucking damn about whether I pay or not. You think people buy your paper because they want to see the Wallaby kid was grabbed and now is in Sisika? Oh, Billy the kid, he got caught, he's dead. No. People don't care. Society don't care. They love people like me. They love people like Butch Cassidy. Do you know why? Because we're people that have the balls to do what no one else does. Going into a bank and taking from those greedy fat fucking pigs. Everyone would love to do the same, but they don't have the balls. We do.
I mean, you're not.
No one gives
You're
a
not
damn
just
about
taking
my
from
debt to
bakers.
society.
You're taking from everybody who stores money in that bank. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not
just
quite sure what you're
disappointed.
looking for. Disappointed in me?
I'm disappointed in the press.
I unfortunately cannot control the press. I only write
Because you
for
don't
it.
seem to care about anyone but yourselves.
Well, that's distinctly untrue, but I suppose you're entitled to your opinions, even if they're wrong.
I mean, you wrote an article with a description of a wrong fella that was incorrectly incarcerated and was let go because he was incorrectly incarcerated, and you didn't care about describing him.
Who's that? Who was let go because they were incorrectly incarcerated?
The fella that's always described as the Wallaby kid with the crumpled hat and the squeaky voice.
Alright, so
He
that fella
locked
was...
up, and they let him go. Do you know why they let him go?
No, I don't. The deputies would give me next to no information. They told me that what I can write is that the Wallaby kid was arrested and that he was released. Everything else I had to go learn from outside sources. They would not
Well,
give
maybe
me
you should
any
have done a little bit
information.
more research.
Well, that
because he
was-
was let go because they admitted they didn't have enough on him.
So, again, I'll say I tried to get information from the deputies. They would not give me any details whatsoever. All they said was you can put in your article he was arrested, and you can put in your article he was let go. That was all I was given. And I was told to write that.
Here I am. All the information in the world. And I offer it to you on a silver platter. And you blacklist me.
You keep saying you, but that's the wrong word.
Well, that's all I know. So,
Perhaps
I
there's somewhere
guess
that we
that's
can
that.
perhaps there's somewhere that we can exchange notes that's a wee bit less public than right on that tree, maybe even around the corner of the building or something like that.
Oh, you want notes from me? Why?
If you're wanting to keep communicating, I'm just telling you that if you want to meet like this, I won't be able to do it again. So you can take it or leave it. Right now, I'm not allowed to write any articles about you, but I'll still be compiling information and putting stuff together for when I eventually am allowed to. I don't know when that's going to be, because I'm not the editor of the paper.
I'll think on it.
Right.
Well, thank you for not bringing the law here.
I told you I wouldn't, but I'm telling you no. This is the last time I can make that sort of promise.
You want to see me locked up?
I want to see you get better. I want to see you not hurt people. I want to see you be a good person, not a criminal.
I am a good person.
If you're going around robbing people, that's pretty much the definition of being a bad person.
Who made that definition?
That's basic morality. Taken from people, stuff that doesn't belong to you is generally considered as wrong.
Sounds like the government. Not like I give a damn anyway. I just do things. I think it's fun.
I used to do things because, well, I was hurting so deep inside that I did everything that I could to numb it, to forget the grief, to forget the pain. I couldn't cope with it in my day-to-day. I ran away, came out here to the US. The only time I could feel anything was when I was doing something that brought me close to death, when adrenaline was coursing through my veins. Because the thing is, when you try and block out something as powerful and as soul...
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
How you doing?
Good.
You seen any black bear? We ain't gonna rob you, miss.
Any black bears?
Yeah.
I think I passed a few on my way in the swamp area. Sort of that way.
Good to know.
Oh,
Aye.
thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you around.
You're welcome. Mine too. Mine too. Look at him. Look at him running back to the house.
Well, that was exciting.
It wasn't law.
Oh. Okay. What were you saying?
I was saying that when you do something like try and put grief behind you to numb yourself to it, you numb everything else. Every good thing goes along with the bad. I did stuff that I deeply regret. Because I was desperate and because it was the only way for me to feel anything. Because it was the only way I got a wee bit of a thrill that I felt anything, like I said. No, I was caught. And I was deeply remorseful. And I tried to turn it around. But I had already caught the attention of bad people. And,
Do you miss it?
no, I don't. They hurt me very badly.
Who did?
A gang did. They thought that I was spying for another I had nothing to do with. And when they realised their mistake afterwards, they invited me to be a part of theirs. It wasn't an offer that I could refuse. And I went along with that, and I tried to forget what they had done to me. I tried to put that behind me as well. And they kept trying to shape me into doing harder and harder and worse things. They murdered someone. Right in front of me while I begged them not to. And they stuck me with the blame. Eventually it got to a point where I couldn't take it anymore, and I had to choose very, very hard between the selfish thing of acting only for myself, acting only in fear of my own life, and doing what was right to save the life of another who did not deserve to lose it. And I turned on them, and I got away from that situation, and I got free. Because that's the thing, kid, is even though you might not be incarcerated, no, you're going to be working in a prison of sorts. Everything that you do shapes the way you have to behave. You've got to hide. Even there, hubs coming down the road, you had to run and hide. You're not allowed to show your face to someone like me because you're afraid you'll be caught out, that you'll face punishment. There's a lack of freedom that is permeating everything that you're doing right now. And I want to see you free from that. No, I don't want to see you in jail or in prison, but if that helps you change, then I'm glad for it. I hated what I had to experience when I experienced it. I hated the debts that I had to pay. But looking back on it, alive and free, truly free, I'm so glad that the people who held me accountable. So if you want to understand why I've got the perspective that I do, that is why. Without going into too much detail, because I can assure you there is a lot of that.
When you sat there a few minutes ago and you told me that things that you can't do or say or promise, and that things like what you're doing right now could have you lose your job,
Aye.
does not sound like a free woman to me.
No, it is free. That's
Yeah.
if I want to, I could lose my job. Sure. I'm making the choice to risk that right
I
now.
could stop robbing.
Aye, I know.
I don't have anyone over my head telling me how to think, how to feel.
No one's telling
What
me
to
how to
do.
think or how to feel.
You said so yourself.
No
You
one is
shouldn't
telling
be
me how to
here
think or how to feel.
or you
That does
lose your
nothing.
job.
Has nothing to do with how I think or feel, kid. You're twisting my words. Please don't do that.
I'm not twisting.
You are.
That's what you said.
No, it's not. You said
You
think or
can't even
feel.
write articles that you want to write. You have someone that tells you whether it's okay or not.
Well, I can write the articles. It is their decision whether or not to publish it. That's the
Right,
thing,
it's
kid.
not yours.
As there's going to be something that you're held accountable to in your life every day in some way. Right now, you're running and hiding in the shadows. And that's all that you're going to be able to do if you continue down this path. It's all that you're going to be able to do until you're dead or until you're behind bars.
I think you got scared.
Scared of what?
The game.
What game?
The game.
I don't understand what you're saying by the game. What is the game to you? Y'all just lost the game, by the way.
This life.
Because I lost it too.
Forging your own path.
Well, I don't find life to be a game. And I think that's probably a fundamental difference between the two of us.
Maybe. Well, thank you for coming out here, Saf.
I told you that I'll keep my promises.
You did. I appreciate it.
I hope you remember it.
I kept mine too. You're leaving safe and sound.
Aye.
I hope you remember that.
Doesn't change that I want you to stop the crime that you're doing. Let's see if I can catch a glimpse of him on his horse. But he's probably already rode off. I think he's long gone. It's too much talking. My throat's so dry. I really don't want him to see me creeping. Yeah, he's long gone. I kind of missed the house when I made my approach. Okay. Classic. I don't think they saw him. It was pretty shadowy on the porch when they rode up. Yeah, I think it was too dark and foggy. There he is. Whoa. He was probably going back to Snoop.